We know that this guy knows the country. He knows the terrain. He spent time out there. We know he's backpacked and spent time in the area. We do believe he's in that area. We've got some pretty good intel that he is still in that area. This is a mountain town. There's a lot of timber. There's a lot of really, really thick undergrowth growing up the side of these mountains that makes searching really, really difficult.
Right. All right, we are waiting any moment now. As you can see the live shot there, Montana state leaders about to speak as this manhunt for a suspected mass murderer intensifies. Michael Paul Brown has been on the run for 5 days now after gunning down 4 people at a bar in the town of Anaconda. We are going to listen in live for the update here. Let's listen.
Last Friday. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment of silence to acknowledge the loss of 4 Montanans. 59-year-old Daniel Edwin Bailey, 64-year-old Nancy Loretta Kelly, 70-year-old David Allen Leach, and 74-year-old Wayne Palm. Thank you. May God rest their souls and comfort their families at this difficult time. I've spoken with members of the victims' families and shared condolences on behalf of the people of Montana. Please keep them in your prayers. Of the ongoing investigation and the search for the suspect.
All right, so it seems that we're taking some hits on this feed coming to us from this news update presser from Montana. Stay with us. We want to get the news here. Let's dip back in and listen.
National Guard, Anaconda Deer Lodge Police Chief Bill Sather, Anaconda Deer Lodge County Attorney Morgan Smith, U.S. Marshal Craig Anderson, and FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge Richard Bauer. Thank you all for being here. According to the Montana Department of Justice, on Friday, August 1st, around 10:30, 45-year-old Michael Brown walked into the Owl Bar and opened fire, killing 4 people before fleeing the scene. At this time, Michael Braun continues to be at large. Since the tragic event, our Montana law enforcement officers have been unrelenting. Justice for his heinous acts. I recently received an update from the Montana National Guard on their assistance with the search. Since Friday, a helicopter from the Helena Battalion, as well as 4 soldiers, have flown over 19 hours.
All right, we are taking some significant hits from this press conference there in Anaconda, Montana. Michael Brown still at large. Remember, he disappeared into the rugged mountains of southwestern Montana. The manhunt is still underway. Since this is still the top of the news conference, we'll still try to get a little bit of news here, and we'll digest it in just a moment. Let's listen again.
And solace members of the Anaconda community. Rest assured, our brave men and women of law enforcement aren't giving up. And I ask you that you not give up on them either. Think of them in your prayers and support them and their families as you can. Yesterday I spoke with Police Chief Sather. Under Montana law, I'm able to release emergency funds to law enforcement if local agency requests it. This morning, I received that request from Anaconda Deer Lodge, and moments ago I signed an executive order to support the efforts of local law enforcement. While the state has already been supporting this investigation with staff and aviation assets, this action today will ensure additional financial resources are available as we continue to track down this criminal. In particular, these additional financial resources from the State Emergencies Response Fund will help pay local law enforcement's overtime and to continue the search. At this time, I'd like to invite County Attorney Morgan Smith to share a few words on behalf of the Chief and the Anaconda community. Morgan?
Thanks, Governor. Good afternoon. I'd like to first start out and talk to the families of Daniel, David, Nancy, and Tony. Our thoughts and prayers remain with you. My office will be reaching out to all of the victim families and want you to know that there are services and financial assistance that is available through the Victim Witness Advocate and through the Montana Crime Victim Compensation Fund. Recognizing all that is on your plate right now as you experience this tragedy, if there is assistance that the Victim Advocate can provide or that my office can provide, we would love to do so. To the Anaconda community, if I can speak for both Chief Sather and myself, we understand the desire for information. This manhunt has involved individuals from 38 local, state, and federal agencies, and coordination of hundreds from all of those agencies has been a very difficult task. They are responding to every call, to every tip, and they're tirelessly searching the area where the suspect is believed to be. I understand the pit in your stomach every time you've heard sirens in our community the last 5 days. I experienced the same. Any call that comes in of a potential sighting of Michael Paul Brown, or a suspicious person in an unexpected place, or a concern that you can't reach a loved one and you have concern that they have been harmed, every single one of those calls has been responded to. And every time those calls come in, they're treated as though they are going to be the call that results in the apprehension of Michael Paul Brown. The officer response to these calls has been immense. For those of you that have homes or have property in the Stumptown area, we hear your call for questions. We hear your concerns of access to your property and safety of your homes. The agencies that are working with Anaconda law enforcement are working to set up a process for communication with you so you'll have a clear understanding of your access to your home and to your property. When you're seeing lights and sirens pass your house, we're understanding that you want answers. However, we ask that you remain patient and know that the investigation is ongoing. There's information law enforcement cannot release to the public for potential of jeopardizing an ongoing investigation, and there's information that law enforcement cannot release for fear of creating additional safety risk to law enforcement officers or to the community at large. When the dust settles and our community is safe again, we will answer all of the questions that we are able to. In the meantime, we ask that you take information that you see on social media with a grain of salt. We ask that you refrain from sharing information that you do not know to be true. The specific facts.
All right, so that's the manhunt update underway right now. You have to think about how vast this search is for this person who has disappeared into the rugged mountains and wilderness of southwestern Montana. This is stretching into a 5th day now. Michael P. Brown, 45 years old, who grew up in the county, which, by the way, has a population of about 10,000. You heard there the concern from residents being able to access their homes or feel safe in their homes. This is an incredible situation. You have to think about the vast amount of land that they are searching right now. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Sandra Smith in New York. This is America Reports. And Bill, good to have you here today. An unfortunate situation that seems like it's going to stretch even farther now. They do not have this guy.
Yeah, Sandra, great to be with you as well. I'm Bill Malugin here in Los Angeles, in for John Roberts today. You mentioned it, town of Anaconda, population only 10,000. Everybody knows each other there. Law enforcement says this suspect very likely knew the people he gunned down inside of that little bar called the Owl Bar. And his niece gave an interview to the Associated Press saying he was dealing with some serious mental health issues, Sandra.
They have been addressing what has been described as frustration with a perceived lack of communication about the status of this case. Of course, that has led to the news conference that we are just receiving now. Let's bring in Nicole Parker here, Fox News contributor and former FBI special agent. Nicole, what struck you from what you just heard from the update?
Law enforcement is definitely, this is a daunting task for them. This is Montana. This is very wide range, rugged terrain, mountainous. And again, these are law enforcement agencies that don't, it's not the NYPD or the Miami-Dade Police Department. These are very, very small law enforcement agencies. And what struck me is how there have been 38 agencies that have come together to help in, locating this individual, and it's very overwhelming. And the fact that they continue to reference, the emergency funds that have been released to pay officers overtime, a lot of times, behind the scenes, that's what officers care about. They are out there doing their jobs, and a lot of times law enforcement officers are going above and beyond and not even getting paid sometimes to do the right thing for the community. But it is important that these officers are getting paid. And so it looks like they're dealing with a lot of administrative issues on the side, in addition to the investigative issues. I appreciated that they mentioned that the U.S. Marshals are heavily involved. The FBI is obviously heavily involved. And my guess is that they are doing a full search from air and from land. Helicopters, choppers, drones. And it is frustrating to residents who are not able to get to their homes and to their properties. But again, safety always comes first. And until this individual is apprehended, this will go on, and law enforcement will not give up.
Nicole, let's talk a little bit about the suspect's background here, according to the Montana Department of Justice. 45-year-old Michael Paul Brown. They do believe he's armed and dangerous. They say he lived right next door to the bar, that he very likely knew the victims that he gunned down. He was familiar with them. He also had military service for about 8 years, from 2001 to 2009. I just mentioned a short time ago, his his niece talked to the Associated Press, saying he had all sorts of mental health issues, and said, quote, "He's a sick man who doesn't know who or where he is sometimes." What kind of a picture does all that paint for you?
First of all, that's very, very crushing, and it's very sad, but I can tell you that there are a lot of people that I have met in the course of my work at the FBI who definitely suffer from mental health issues, but they do not go out and kill other individuals. And so it sounds like the family did try to get him the help that he needed and suffered from PTSD. Again, he was an Army veteran, but obviously just snapped. He did know, he lived very close to the bar. I think he lived literally next door to the bar. These are individuals that he knew. And so it's very tragic, it's very sad. And we have to remember, again, this is a very small community, approximately 9,000 population. I mean, this is not a huge, sprawling city. This is a very small town. And so it's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, even the Montana AG said, when taking a question about the motive, which he didn't have an answer, they don't know a motive for this. The AG said they believe he likely knew every single person in that bar, which makes all of this even more shocking for the community there. All right, we'll continue to watch for an update on that situation. Nicole Parker, thank you very much for joining us on that.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.